everyone, welcome back to another video. We got a real quick update for you on the house. Big step. We didn't think this was coming until this coming week, but we got stucco. This is the first part of the stucco phase. You can see on that house what it's going to look like when it's finished, but I guess they start with just a rough layer and then they come back with like the window trim looking stuff, and then they do a final layer and coat it in sand and paint it and all that. Or I don't know what they do, but I guess it's supposed to take a couple weeks. So pretty cool. We got some stucco. We'll throw in some drone shots of that so you can see. The other big thing is that we did our pre-drywall walkthrough this last week, which was cool, I guess, but it gave us a chance to walk around with someone who's kind of on the job and running the site and go through everything that we bought and let them know anything that we saw that was off or needed to be fixed in some way. And there was a few things that came up, which we'll walk around and go see here in a minute. But the big thing we were excited about for this walkthrough was to talk to them about timeline. And we want to know mainly, when can we move in? Because we signed our purchase agreement in October of last year, and they said 8 months, maybe 9. And that would put us in here June, maybe July. But now it's, the last thing they told us before was July, August. And then we kind of pushed a little bit during the walkthrough and said, okay, what's the next step? And they said, well, super nice today. Squirrel. Perfect temperature, light breeze, and it's late May. So all the stories we heard about dying from the heat here, it's not happening yet. I know it's coming or whatever, but so far, man, we've had some perfect weather lately. Anyway, during the walkthrough, we asked them, when's the drywall gonna happen? Because from there, they kind of know how everything's gonna go with a greater degree of certainty than they know now as far as when the drywall is gonna go in. So the big thing lately is the drywall crews are off the job. They're out working on some hotel who paid them more money, and everything's just at a standstill kind of here in this neighborhood. Not our place, because there's still stuff to do, but it is causing delays. And so they said we're scheduled for drywall at the end of June, which was kind of a gut punch, because I was like, dang man, a whole nother month until they get to that. But at least it's a timeline. The other thing they said was there's a 6-man crew that's supposed to be back on the job this week or next. And they said last time this 6-man crew was on the job, which they've been away for a while, they were very quickly ahead of schedule and stuff started getting done before they expected. So there's a little bit of hope in that maybe we get drywall mid to late June. Then they said, once the drywall's in, they mud and tape and do the texture, and then they put the cabinets in the kitchen or whatever, or wherever cabinets are gonna go, they hang those. And from that point, they want 60 days, basically 2 months, to finish the house and let us move in. With that said, the guy said, I doubt they're gonna let me have 2 months to finish. They're probably gonna say, you need to get it done quicker than that. And he didn't really put a time on it, but it sounds like the builder is going, hey, we're behind the power curve. We need to churn these things out. So I don't know what that means. Extra hours, skip a few steps, I don't know. But based on everything they told us, it could be mid-September before we move in. So it's not what we want to hear, but at least it's something we can kind of work with and count on. So anyway, that's the big news as far as timeline and all that. I'll show you a few things that we asked them to fix. The first thing is this internet port right here. We asked them originally to put a internet plug-in right next to this outlet, and on our little plan paper, they're right next to each other, but as you can see, they ended up 16 inches apart. And the purpose for this is to plug in a Sonos speaker and hide all the cords. So we want power and then internet, and then the little speaker will sit in front of it. So we asked them, hey, can you move this over here? That way we can have our little speaker right there. All the wires are hidden and tucked away, and it looks nice and clean. The other thing we asked them to fix was you have your kitchen lights above, and then you have these two lights that are supposed to be for your dining room table, and then you have 6 can lights in the living room, and they're just sort of out of alignment. On this side, they're sort of lined up, but not really. They're slightly off, if you can see that. And then over here, those 3 are almost lined up. They're still a little off. And then this one, as you can see, is tucked in. So we asked them just to line both of them up perfectly, and I made sure to let them know those over there may appear to be kind of straight, but my eyeball sees that they're slightly off. Like get a laser in here or something, because if those lights are slightly off, I'll probably have to sell the house and like move, because I wouldn't be able to sleep at night or anything for years. The next thing was over here. These 3 lights, if you look with my eyeball at least, that one's high and that one's low, so they're kind of at an angle or something. They're just off. I told them, hey, put a level on this thing and make sure these things are perfectly level. And again, it's nitpicky stuff, but if my eyeball sees it and I know that it's off, it's just one of those things that really bugs me. So I'm gonna try to make sure they get that fixed, and that's it. That's the only thing we found that needs to be adjusted, and the rest of the stuff is good to go. Okay, so that's it for this video. We're gonna leave in a few days for a work trip. We're gonna drive out to Oklahoma City and spend a week there and then drive back. So by the time we come back, I think the exterior will be done, which will be really exciting. They may have the driveway in and the landscaping done in the front, which would be super cool. But either way, we'll do another update video probably in a few weeks once we're back from that, and we'll be sure to do some videos in the meantime about our trip. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. We'd love if you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and see you on the next one.